Hello, welcome back to Deconstructing with Dawn. As many of you know, about a year ago, I started my journey with Ancestry to discover who I was and got the shocker of a lifetime, which has kind of changed my life. Anyway, this past summer, we thought we would start testing our children, and not for anything as far as like who their mom and dad are, because obviously I'm their mother and my husband's their father. There's no question about that at all. Our three of our children have the exact same parents, but it would be fun to like find out where they're from. You know, they get half of my DNA, but they also get half my husband, and even though his family says they're from here and there, just on paper I know that's not to be correct. So that would be fun. We would start with my oldest child. My middle child doesn't want anything to do with any of this stuff. She could care less about DNA and where she's from. She knows who she is and she does not care about any of this stuff. So we started with my oldest child because she is having some medical problems. Not like mine. I have like weird, rare, crazy things. She has more run-of-the-mill kind of stuff. And so we thought we would start with her because then you can extrapolate the raw DNA from Ancestry and 23andMe and that kind of thing, and then upload it to various sites for information about your genetics, what you are predisposed for, what you are unlikely to get, and what you are likely to get as far as diseases and that kind of thing go, what kind of medication works best for you, all this kind of stuff. So we chose to go with her first. We'll do my son next. But with my son, we're going to do the type of test where it can go back hundreds of years because males do not change on their genes. So we'll do a different test with my son. But my daughter, we just did the random test, just like mine, the normal Ancestry DNA kit. I wanted to give you guys a time frame so you would know, if you're interested in doing this, the time frame that you would be looking at. Now, she had a hiccup. Basically, we did her test in July, and the reason why it was July was because she's such a procrastinator. Like, she just, like, I had the test for probably a month before she finally said, okay, fine, we're going to sit down. She didn't want to film it. She didn't want to do any of that kind of stuff. So I had to twist her arm through all of this. However, her test was activated on July 17th. By August 17th, Ancestry still had not gotten it. Ancestry's practices, they have to wait 20 working days before they could send you a new kit. So finally, on August 17th, it had passed that 20 working days, and I'm like, okay, where's her kit? What am I supposed to do next? So on August 18th, they sent me a new one. Meanwhile, on August 22nd, they received the first kit. By that point, because they'd already deactivated, it wasn't usable. So they considered it to be not usable and that I would have to have a replacement, which they'd already sent me at this particular point a couple days before. So they sent it to me on August 18th. It took a few days to get here. Again, my daughter's a procrastinator. We now had to wait until October 8th before she finally came over and spit in the cup, and that was it. However, the next day when I was supposed to mail it, I got deathly ill. Like, I woke up at 6:30 in the morning and had to go to the hospital, and I was in the hospital for 4 days after that. So while I was in the hospital, I activated the kit, and then she mailed it for me the next day. So I activated it on August. Why do I keep saying August? I activated it on October 11th. She mailed it on October 12th. The kit was received on October 23rd in Salt Lake City, and we live in the high desert of California, so it's not, a big deal there. So, however, that did take, 11 days to get there. And then it went to the lab on October 25th. Her results came through on November 1st. So the real time that you would be looking at, as an example at least, would be mailing it October 12th and the results coming in November 1st. So like a 3-week period. So that's fantastic. That's a really fast time frame. I think mine took 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks maybe. Yeah, 4 weeks I think is how long mine took. So they're getting faster. I know they've opened new labs up, and as their database grows, so will be the time frame it takes to do this. Every time they have a sale, I believe they have a sale going on right now. Every time they have a sale, it bogs it down a little bit longer. So if you're looking to do this, it's about a 3-week time frame. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with your kit and that it actually gets there. Anyhow, I shall carry on with the next video.
To Deconstructing with Dawn, the Ancestry DNA video number 13, lucky number 13 from my daughter here, who I got an Ancestry DNA kit so we can see if her father has any illegitimate children. No, just kidding. So we can so we can pursue, you know, longer avenues of the tree, build it out better on my husband's side. My son will also be taking a test, and because the Y DNA goes farther back on males. So my oldest daughter is 30, and she's taking the Ancestry DNA kit today, which is August 15th, I think. 14th.
13.
No, it is?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is August 13th, and Alyssa is taking the 13th Ancestry DNA video. Open the box to show everybody what's inside. There is the instruction kit. Mind you, Alyssa could not eat or drink for the past half hour. That's the activation code. You get an activation code. And you have to, no eating or drinking for a half hour at least. There's the instructions in there. And then it tells you you have to first register the kit, and then the spitting process, and then the mailing back process, which I'll mail it in tomorrow since today is Sunday. Okay, so the actual supplies, there's the kit goes inside this protective envelope here, the collection bag. The thing to the left, that thing she has her hand on, is where the kit is inside of. It has a spit funnel, and then it goes into this little blue stuff right there, and that's the actual solution. And then this is a prepaid envelope or box that goes back to Ancestry in Sandy, Utah. So, Alyssa, open up the kit side of it. So there's two pieces there. Again, in the instructions there will be a thing that says you have to attach the blue part to the funnel part until you hear a clicking noise. And then you start collecting the spit. And I guess the clicking noise is to activate that blue solution. So, you know, we'll spare you the dirty details of spit coming in there, but basically you fill this entire vial up to that point. I think it took me 10 minutes to do it. We'll see how fast Alyssa's spit can go. And then we will be back. Part 2, Alyssa is a super speedy spitter because I swear to God, 2 minutes maximum, and she got that all the way up. The spit has to reach the line, pardon the grossness of this, but the spit has to reach the line. The bubbles don't count as the spit, apparently. So now you take the top of the funnel off, and then you're going to replace it with the solution which stabilizes your DNA. And the reason you know it's working is when you twist it, apparently you'll hear like a clicking noise, and then the blue solution will travel down into the spit, the sample.
I saw some of it go down.
So just hold on there.
There it goes.
Yeah. So it travels down there and it stabilizes the spit. Probably not only to stabilize your DNA, but I'm sure there's preservatives or something in there. So it's going to be traveling in the hot summer heat to Utah. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with whatever solution is in there. Shake it up, maybe. I think her bubbles are blocking it.
No.
Hmm?
You just have to kind of top it.
And then what? After, is there something, do you send it just like that?
I thought you said you shake it for 5 minutes.
5 seconds.
5 seconds? So 1,
So then you shake it up to get
2,
the solution in there all
4,
good, and
5.
that's it. So you don't, so what if, can the spit go back up into the top, I wonder?
No,
No?
it's a one-way valve.
Okay, it's one way. Alright, so then it goes into the collection envelope, which is this weird little silvery kind of thing.
Says to insert tube into bag, seal the bag and return.
Then you stick this sample into the return box, which it has a pretty good strong adhesive to close it, so you don't really need to tape it or anything like that. Mine got there just fine. And then boom, you mail it off and you find out if Bob's your uncle. Who literally, my husband's brother's name is Bob. Anyhow, so what we're hoping to find out is just, in Alyssa's case, why we chose Alyssa over Kevin, my son, first, was we're going to then take her raw DNA once it's processed and upload it into the Prometheus app, or the Prometheus program, which you pay $5 and you get a complete breakdown of every strand of your DNA, and it'll show you what medical ailments you may be predisposed to. Like if you have a let's say you get cancer and you don't respond well to a certain type of chemotherapy, it will even tell you what type of chemotherapy would be better suited for your type of DNA. Anyway, so being that, you know, she's of childbearing age, and you know, we would want to find out if there's any genetic issues that she might pass down on, that kind of thing. This is not, by any means, this is not a complete, you know, genetic test, but it will show her medical ailments and that kind of thing. And then just, you know, more information on my ancestry tree, my DNA tree, my family tree, and now we can expand out her father's family tree. And I swear to God, there better not be any half brothers or sisters out there. I will kill your father. We've been married for 30 years, so there better not be. Although, if you have like a 35-year-old brother out there, your dad's dead. Anyhow, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back probably before, I would say, 4 weeks. It's been taking about 2 weeks for the process to be mailed and then uploaded, and your results to come to you. So within the next few weeks, I will update with what this child of mine ends up being. She could end up being a canine. We were joking about the fact that she loves dogs so much she could be part canine. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Alyssa, for spitting.
Welcome back to Deconstructing with Dawn. We just got my daughter's DNA test in from Ancestry, and we're at her favorite Mexican restaurant, prepared to tell her that we're not her parents. And we thought we would share that information with you.
Alyssa, I am not your father.
Oh my God. Anyhow, so we're at a quiet Mexican restaurant with my loud husband. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show her her results. First off, you know the drill. You're supposed to guess, you know, what people's nationality are. I'm basically half Irish and half Western European, which is mostly German and Irish all the way. Once the DNA was broken down, I was like all Scandinavian. So that's what I am. This is what her father, well, who we think is her father. This is what he looks like. And so just make your guess. Nope. Thank you very much. And we shall make your guesses now of what you think her nationality is. Uh-oh, and her phone just shut up.
This is going.
Okay, so this is what her results are. Is it showing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so that is what your breakdown is. So read to the camera.
So 40% Great Britain, 32% Ireland, Scotland, or Wales, and 5 other regions. I don't know where her thing is. Is that it?
Okay, so those were her results. Her reaction, she could care less. But since then, what was exciting was that I was able to extrapolate her raw DNA from Ancestry and upload it to Prometheus. Prometheus. You pay $5 and they give you this medical report that's like 300 pages long. And from it, we already have found out that she's a double carrier of a certain gene that makes your iron, like you have too much iron in your liver. We didn't know that about her, and she could be a carrier for her children. And so that was important to know. I don't have it. Her husband, as far as I know, I don't know, you know, we don't knowingly know that we have it. I do not have it on my Prometheus report, and we don't know if my husband does because we haven't done his DNA. However, she does have this. We also found out that she's on a fertility treatment right now, and the drug that she is taking, it indicated that she is not receptive to it, that she should have this type of drug. And sure enough, she is not responding at all to that drug treatment. And so now she knows when she goes to her specialist to say, you know, this is what my genetics show. I should not be taking this medication. I should be taking this one. Anyway, so it's hundreds of pages long. Those are the first two most important things that we have found out. And it's fascinating. I mean, not only, you know, it's fun and stuff like that. If it's just loose and casual that you're just doing this test to find out where you come from, that's fine. Mine was a deeper spiritual kind of thing. But in her case, it's incredibly important to know this medical information. We'll do my son next. I believe Black Friday and Cyber Monday will be the next time that these kits go on sale. Probably $59, $69, somewhere around there. So I'll get another one. We're also going to get one for my father-in-law, because we had called him and told him about his granddaughter's results, and he was so excited. Like, he wanted copies of the stuff, and because it's him, you know, he is, what, 1/4, I guess? Is that how it works? Yeah, right? You get 1/4 from your grandparents? Or so I guess it would be half of the 1/4. I don't know. I've been doing this a year and I still don't understand everything. Anyway, so he was fascinated by it. So for Christmas, we're going to get him one of these. And then eventually we'll get my husband so we can find out his mother's side of things. However, might not even be needed. If we do his father, on my daughter's end of things, her second highest match was my husband's uncle on his mother's side. So we kind of like already have some of her information anyway. So anyway, it's all fascinating stuff. I wanted to show you guys, because I'm not sure if you could see on the screen what we were showing you, but here is a side-by-side comparison to both myself and my daughter. The top number up here is that I end up having 404 fourth cousins or greater. I have more than 18,000 distant to fourth cousins on the Ancestry thing. They changed the algorithm a little bit to where you can't see how many pages you had. It would say, like, let's say you had one page, and on one page was 50 cousins. And at one point I had like 18,000 cousins until they changed it. Now I can't tell how many total cousins I have, so I can't tell you how many she has, but it does show you how many fourth cousins or closer that you have. So in her case, she has 287 and I have 404. Of course, more than half of them double, you know, are the same. But these are the side-by-side results. I am 49% Europe West, and she is only 8% Europe West. The Europe West, I presumed in the beginning, was all German, but there's no possible way it could be that. The only German relative I have that is of any consequence to any of this is my great-grandfather. He came from Germany. That's it. So I don't know why, but somebody took all these my breakup on GEDmatch and broke it down piece by piece, and all of this came out to be Ireland and Scandinavia. And he said, based with the Great Britain results, that I am pretty much all Viking, is what this guy did. He took my genetics, or my DNA, and broke it down for me, and it all came out basically that I'm just Viking. That where, like, even adding in the Iberian Peninsula here, by adding those all together, it just made it seem like I came from Norway, and these are my more recent discoveries, or my more recent admixture. I don't understand this stuff. I still don't understand it, so I know you're all going to pick on me about that, but that's what he said, that I came from Norway, that I'm pretty much all Viking. But she is really blonde. She looks more Nordic than I do, or Irish. She doesn't look Irish at all, actually. I think she looks more Nordic. But here's her results. So she's 40% Great Britain. Now, on the paper trail, I have found that my husband's family pretty much only comes from England, like nowhere else. So that's why she has such a high Great Britain in there. She is 32% Ireland and then 14% Scandinavian. So I'm assuming these two numbers here are from me. I would say that he is the Great Britain guy there. And then 8% Europe West, which is probably her German great-great-grandfather, I guess, that's it. And then 3% Europe East, which is Poland and Russia and that kind of thing. Now, I do have a great-grandfather from Russia, but I don't have any Europe East on my end. Anyhow, and then she has, 2% Iberian Peninsula. I have 1%, and then she has 1% Africa North, and I don't have any. However, I have a lot of cousins there from North Africa. So I don't know if I just didn't get that in my gene and she did. I don't know, not my gene, my DNA. Anyhow, so that's just a side-by-side comparison of the two of us. I can't make heads or tails of some of it. Paper trail wise, you know, I can only go so far. When it comes to my German great grandfather, I can't even find out where in Germany he's from because the name is so butchered and it's such a common, easy last name. But I don't know. And plus, I can't read German, so when I get these hints on Ancestry, I can't read them. I don't know what they're saying because I'm not German. I can't read German writing. Anyhow, so that is my daughter's results compared to my results. It was fun. You know, she was casual about it. My dog is now growling. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching her journey. If you have any questions, like, let me know and I'll try to respond. It's really hard for me to see y'all's comments and then to respond to them is even harder. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I will update you next time when I have my son's test.